We have to talk about Jurassic World Evolution and the Cretaceous Predator Pack, and more importantly, the free update that comes with it. Now, you've seen the trailer already once, but we go quickly over it and then we are going to look into a bunch of screenshots. All these screenshots will be focusing a lot of this, this paid content, but also of the brand new free update. And there's a lot of good stuff in there. Let me tell you, there is a lot in. And this time around, we also have the forum post available, so that is cool. I can prepare the video for you. So we're starting here with a couple of really cool shots. We have the Gigantoraptor in here. We've got the Utharaptor, the Kankavantar, the Tarbosaurus, and also the whole stuff that will come with the free update. Now, let's check here a couple of these shots, and oh, look at that. I love the pattern. I love how they look. You can see this on the screenshots later on a lot better. Look at that Utharaptor. Oh, it's just so gorgeous. I wanted to have this in the game so badly for a while. Ever since the Pyroraptor, I wanted to have the Utharaptor too, and I'm loving the design, and I can't wait to see what other different variants, like skin variants, they have in here. And I mean, look at that big boy in here. Look at the scales and the design and just the chunkiness, the pure chunkiness. And I do know that a lot of people wanted to have the Tarbosaurus for so long, and here you go, you finally have it. It's crazy how similar the head skull design is from the T-Rex, or like with the T-Rex. I love it. As you know, I'm not like super crazy hyper into realism, but I think it differs enough from the Tyrannosaurus, and obviously it is a part of the family, so that just makes sense. But it's just a lot more chunky, a lot more thick, and I really like this. And also with the scales and these little things on the back, it just looks so much more aggressive in a way. I really like it, and it has these a lot more exaggerated kind of little bumps above the eye, like the eyelids being a lot more accentuated, I should say. And then we also have this Gigantoraptor. Oh, this one, like, look at the feathers and stuff. It just looks like, I don't know, like a modern, how's this board called? The cassowary? It's looking like a way more terrified cassowary, in my opinion. Just really, really beautiful. And you'll see now in a second with the screenshots. But first of all, obviously you can see 30th of November. We can wishlist this now. How cool would that be to have it already? But as we don't have it, we have to look into the screenshots first. Right, so let's start with the Allosaurus new design. This is, my friends, the 2022 Allosaurus design. And while we're at it, before we go into all of the different screenshots, I may just read out what variants we are getting. We are having a look at all of these, but just for the beginning, we are not only getting this Allosaurus in the Dominion design, we will also get the Dimorphodon in the Dominion design, and then we will get the Pteranodon and the Brachiosaurus in the JP3 design, as well as the Stegosaurus of Jurassic Park 2. That is really cool. And we're not talking about skins, we are talking about variants, which is amazing, because that means also a couple of changes to the skin and the body itself as well, to the model, sometimes slightly, sometimes even more noticeable. We're going over whatever you'll see in the screenshots and even more, which is in the Word document that I was sent ahead of time, which is great. So thank you to Frontier again for finally sending everything over, so we can also check all the stuff that is going to be in the forums as well. Now, let's go through real quick, because there's a couple of things for the free update that is really cool. First things first, this is the automated Hatchery Bay, or the Hatchery Bay automation. Basically what it does is you can set how many specimens of one you want to have, like what kind of population you want to have, in this case 12, and you want to release them via the gate. So that means you can also have a remote hatchery and then send them to specific habitats or enclosures, and then just confirm that you want to have this certain population. Once the limit is reached, they will not incubate more. Once one of the specimens dies, they will just incubate another one to reach the population limit again. So that is gonna really be cool for people who love to play sandbox and just don't care about your animals, in that sense that you don't want to do these kind of management things. Now, next up is the capture mode, which is really cool, because the capture mode is something I always was annoyed by, that I needed to wait for the perfect lighting and then just pause the game and wait for the best shot. Now we finally have the option to turn off the weather effects or turn them on, and we also have the chance to change the time of day, which is again super cool. Now, next up in this line is the Dimorphodon. As I've just said at the beginning, this is one of the coolest designs from the Jurassic Park 3 era. Sorry, this is the Dominion version. I'm sorry, the Pteranodon is just about to come. This is the Dimorphodon, obviously. Look at the detail with the feathers. I love that detail. Another super simple but mega quality of life update. We finally have a search function in the dinosaur menu. No more endless scrolling to find your specimen. I know that a couple of cracks out there are already so good in it that they know by heart where to click. I don't, so it always annoys me. And also with this many variants and this many animals in this game now, it is super useful. And here we go, guys. As already spoiled, this is the Pteranodon Jurassic Park 3 variant, and I love it. This is straight my favorite one. This one down here, the blurred out one in the back, could be straight out of Jurassic Park 3 for me. I think they have nailed the design of the skull. It's definitely a lot closer to what I was expecting then. I don't know, I always connected Pteranodon with Jurassic Park 3 the most, simply because of that aviary scene and stuff like that. Yes, we have them in other movies too, where they just fly next by whatever, and you know, but I love them in this movie, so really glad to have finally this design in here. Now, one more thing that is really cool for people who love Sandbox, you now have pre-built layouts. That means, it's very simply put, you will start with already all the needed facilities in place, so you can just start building whatever you want to build without having to care about arrival points, energy, blah, blah, blah. Everything will be set in place for you, which I think is fair. It's really cool. If you don't want to start with a blank canvas, this is what you need. And you will get this for a lot of maps. Let me just quickly read that out for you. So if you own the base game version without any expansion, you will get Isla Nubla 1993, San Diego, Isla Sorna, Isla Nubla 2015, Arizona, Washington State, Oregon, California, and United Kingdom with this option. If you have expansions, to be more precise, if you have Dominion Biosan update, you will have Sierra Nevada as well. And if you have the Dominion Malta expansion, you'll get San Albertus, San Marie, and Santa Gidius, or how this ever is called, as well. So really cool as well. Next one is another one of my favorites, the Jurassic Park 2 Stegosaurus, and yes, I love it. I really, really love it. This one is the only one from 2, but I like the fact that we have it, and I just look at this one. It's so cool. Just love that we have it. It's just another little dot filling in what we always needed from all the movies, just to fill in all the little gaps. And speaking of gaps, this is a screenshot of the research tab, and now what you have over here is a randomization in the research tree, so that's not always the same. If you like playing this way and you don't always want to have the same animals in the same order being researched and unlocked, there is now a shuffle mode that will randomize which animals you have. And also with these increased roster of animals, it just makes sense. I like this. It's a good change for people who love to play that way. Speaking of love to play that way, I like to play more of a creative way. And as you can see, we have got no decoration items on these walls. I am not entirely sure, and I can't really take it out of the forum post if this is actually an item that you can plop to the wall, which will automatically connect, because that just gate looks very familiar to me without these things, or if you just change the variant just like you do with the facilities, or if it's just a prop placed in a right position, which I think this is the least realistic option, because they are very much perfectly straight in the middle. So I assume that it's going to be somewhat of a toggle, but I like the fact that we have some decoration on here, and maybe you can change, because obviously this is the Jurassic World design, and maybe we're going to get a Jurassic Park fence, which we already have, with some more decoration. I don't know. Liking the fact, and also it seems like we can have multiple vehicles on one, or this is just a random case where this just looks more like that. We have this one just getting out of the area while this one will drive out of it. Okay, I'm not entirely sure here. Again, no info about that one. Now we just have a look at the DLC animals a bit more closer again. You've seen them from the trailer at the beginning, but now let's have a look at the design. Starting with my least favorite one. My personal least favorite one, because I love the other ones too much, but it still is a gorgeous design. It's the Concavenator. I have no idea how to pronounce that. I like the fact that it seems to be very close to the Jurassic Park 3 design of the Raptors, which I particularly like. I like this design. I like this approach. So, as we all know, these are created dinosaurs and not realistic duplications of them, like depictions. That's the word I was looking for. It makes sense that there are things going the wrong way, but yeah, I like the design. But as I said, this is my least favorite. Though I have to admit, we are speaking of a very high level. This is definitely my favorite roster of any DLC so far, because the next one is going to be the Gigantoraptor. God, this one. Let's have a look at the other one, because that one. This is a terrifying, huge chicken. Honestly, color pattern wise, feather wise, this might be my favorite. Oh boy, what is that? What computer? Just the computer says no. But yeah, look at that. I just don't know. It looks like a gigantic cassowary. This is what came to my mind when I saw the design. And it looks like the ancient predecessor of the modern day cassowary in a certain way, and this terrifies me. The cassowaries terrify me, and this one does so too. But it looks fantastic. Speaking of looking fantastic, this is the Tarbosaurus, and this one I know people wanted to have, and here we are, the chunky boy. This is the chunky boy. This design in specific is gorgeous. And we also have the Utharaptor. This is funny story for those of you. I mean, I guess that 99% of you fans of Jurassic Park will know the story, but the Utharaptor is actually the reason why we have these big velociraptors in Jurassic Park, because the Utharaptor is actually the raptor they wanted to base the velociraptors on, but then they just found the naming Velociraptor and so on cooler, so they basically took them as like the Utharaptor, which the Utharaptor is basically the size of the movie version Raptors, which is kind of funny, and I like this. So we do have a terrifying raptor, which potentially had the same intelligence as the Velociraptor, but you know is actually the size that you would assume it is. So even more terrifying, to be honest. That is way bigger than a turkey. Now it's really crazy. Really love that. Now, and this is my favorite shot, I guess. Oh boy, it's so good to finally have these Jurassic Park 3 skins of the Brachiosaurus as well. I know I'm weird, but I like them a lot. It may be my favorite designs of the Brachiosaurus. I know that's an unpopular opinion, but I love them, and I really like to see them in the game. I loved having them in Jurassic Park 1, and so Evolution 1, and so here we go. Gosh, love it. And then we have some last things to find, and this is decoration items. And I just quickly go over them because they are so good. This thing, it just doesn't go away. I don't know what is going on here. We've got some bins, you know, trash bins. So cool. We've got some of these wonderful sunbeds. We also do have now flower pots. We have benches, different types of benches even, because over here there's another simple bench. There's even a picnic bench, and we've got some different bins as well. We have a new fountain in the center, very obvious. I'm not entirely sure if that's a new fountain, but at least I know the skull piece, so maybe that's not a new variant, but at least that one 100% is a new variant. And we also have, I'm not sure if that's hidden intentionally, but it seems like another wall decoration, even though I'm not sure if that's the sign of this shop over here, because I can't really tell if it is or not. So maybe that's something to tack onto the shops, but because as we compare over here, this obviously is the sign of the shop. So I'm not entirely sure if that's just the sign of the shop. But other than that, you can see a lot more props that can be plopped to the ground. I'm loving that. As a person who loves to play creative, I like this a lot, and it seems like that the different hitboxes are pretty nice as well, because these things are always standing very close to each other. Love it. Also, is there something new to find here in the back? I can't really tell. This is definitely part of the center. So yeah, not sure. Anyways, time to wrap it up, guys. And I really hope you enjoyed this overview. I am actually hyped about this one. I'm really looking into it. I will test this. I will bring this to you as soon as it's out, because I really think it deserves praise. And honestly, if this means a little hint towards the future of other Frontier games, including Planet Zoo, I'm all up for it. Because especially the free update doesn't feel like a sign off for me, and that was something after the John Hammond statue. intentionally ignored, I guess. um, there was little hope that it's gonna be this direction, but oh boy, I like the direction. I like it. So yeah, hopefully you guys are hyped too. If you're not, that's totally fine, but then let me know in the comments down below. In general, let me know in the comments down below. And fun fact, subscribing for free is a thing. You can subscribe to the channel for free, even with Black Friday. There's another, I lost my voice because it's so ridiculous. It's for free. Also on Black Friday. No discount here. I'm sorry, it's always for free. So you can sub to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much. And yeah, just check out the other content. Check out whatever you want. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching. And I'll talk to you, as always, in the next one. Stay safe and have a